I declare the congregation open. Members of the university, guests, and especially all of you graduating here today, it's an enormous pleasure to be able to welcome you on what is a very special, if a somewhat wet day here at Lancaster. We're here to celebrate the achievements of our students from Filey College and Lonsdale College. I'm particularly delighted to see so many family and friends of our students here today. I know you will be feeling justifiably proud of what your friend or your relative has achieved. You are very welcome. Degree ceremonies are formal occasions, but they're also events to be enjoyed. So I would encourage you to applaud, whoop, scream, dance, sing, cry if you have to, enthusiastically at the appropriate point in the ceremony. This is a day of celebration, and I guess for some of you that might extend well into the night. I can say that from experience. I graduated here in 1979, when the world was an extremely different place, and so was this university. For a start, it was about half the size. So today, you're in a much bigger university, but you're also in a far better one now than it was then. In fact, it's so good, probably I'd struggle to get in nowadays. We're ranked in the top 12 across all major league tables, including in the top 10 in the latest Complete University Guide, out of over 130 universities in our country. But we never rest on our laurels. Our ambition is to be in the top 100 universities worldwide. For me, the wonderful thing about Lancaster is that even as we're growing, there is one thing that remains constant. We remain true to our founding principles, that this should be a university open to all with talent and potential. At Lancaster, excellence hasn't been bought at the expense of equity. We provide opportunities for students, regardless of their background, to realise their aspirations in life. And at a time when there's often such overwhelming pessimism about the potential for achieving greater social mobility in our country, ours is truly a story of optimism. Lancaster's philosophy is simple. What counts is not where you came from in the past, but whether you are prepared to put in the effort to create a better future. Today, we celebrate the fact that each and every one of you have seized that opportunity. A graduation ceremony is often thought of something that marks the end of an era, a rite of passage between one part of your lives and the next. It is the culmination of years of hard work, and that is a quality that will last you all of your lives. So today is less the end of something and more the start of something else, not the closure of an old story, but the opening of a new chapter. What you have learned here, you will carry throughout your lives. Of course, if you studied computing, you may decide to build a career in IT. If you studied management, you may go into business. If you studied politics, then frankly, heaven help you. But I think what you will find that you've acquired here is more than knowledge about a particular subject. For myself as a graduate from this university, Lancaster will always be the place that gave me the strongest possible foundations for my life and my career. Lancaster helped me on my way from growing up on a North East Council estate to having the privilege of serving in the UK's cabinet. My time here was a gift. It gave me skills way beyond my studies, how to learn, how to analyse, how to argue, how to question. It taught me, too, the relationship between effort and reward. If it's easy, it isn't really worth doing. It's the hard things in life that make you. And as you all now know, there are no easy degrees here at Lancaster. Everyone has to be earned through commitment, dedication, and sheer hard work. So today, we celebrate the fact that each of you has proven that you not only have the intelligence, but you also have the resilience to rise to a challenge and to beat it. That is just as well, because you're about to enter a world that is certainly not short of challenges. This is a period of profound global uncertainty, even volatility. It is being christened the era of permacrisis, and it sometimes does feel that the world is lurching from one crisis to the next. But it's more than that. Somebody asked me a great question recently after I'd given a speech. He said, do you know what today is, Alan? Absolutely no idea. I thought it was an anniversary or something that I missed. He said, today is the slowest day of the rest of your life. Today is the slowest day of the rest of your life. What did he mean? He meant it's not just the extraordinary scale of technological, environmental, social, economic and political change that we are living through. It's the unprecedented pace at which it is happening. Navigating it successfully to create a better, and I hope a fairer world, requires great leadership. No doubt there will be different views in this hall about whether the world is blessed with that today. But I hope what we can all agree on is that this generation of young people we celebrate today are our biggest source of hope for the future. What we seek to do here at Lancaster is to equip the next generation of leaders with the right attributes to make a difference in the world, to be agile in their thinking, purposeful in their focus, and outward-looking in their demeanour. That is why Lancaster is and will remain a university that is open to the world. We believe in building bridges, not walls. We have campuses in China, Ghana, Malaysia, Germany, and our most recent one in Indonesia. We're unashamedly a global university. Today, 8,000 students study for a Lancaster degree outside of the UK. Here on campus, we're particularly proud of the fact that we welcome students from over 180 countries worldwide and that our staff come from all parts of Europe and well beyond. The rich diversity they provide on campus not only brings huge benefits educationally, it prepares our live students for life in an increasingly global society. So there are no guarantees, but the one thing I can promise you is that the degree you've earned from this university is a passport, should you choose to use it, to a lifetime of opportunity. Some say a degree is not worth the cost. Certainly, it is no longer a cheap option. It involves, for very many families, real sacrifices. But in today's knowledge-based economy, the value of a good education is simply priceless. So today, you all join a very special community. Like 180,000 others, you're about to become alumni of this great university. Ours is a community that expresses the very best of today's world. High achievers, great thinkers, top leaders, people who make a difference in communities both local and global, in industry and in charity, in private companies and the public services. You come from very different backgrounds and no doubt will end up living and working in very different locations. But in the end, you are part of a community all bound together by one common history. So when you leave here, you will take something of Lancaster with you. Memories, of course, the friends you've made, the tutors you've met, the knowledge you have gained, what you have learned from your studies. But above all, I hope what you take away from Lancaster is what you've learned about yourselves. That if you persevere, it pays off. That if you follow your dreams, you can rise to a higher level. That if you listen to your hearts, you can achieve great things. Each of you has proved that you have what it takes to make a success of life. So my advice to you is very simple. Be bold, be brave, believe in yourself. You have a wonderful future ahead of you. On behalf of this great university, I wish each of you all the very best for whatever path that takes. Enjoy it. You've well and truly earned it. Thank you.
Please may all graduates from Fylde College stand if you're able to do so. Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present these members of Fylde College who are worthy to receive first degrees of the university. For the degree of Master of Engineering, Alfred Peter Allenach. Samuel Jack Foster. Najid Najmuddin bin Hasnol Atuiddin. Muhammad Ashraf bin Muhammad Razif. Thomas William Oddy. Muhammad Farid Patel. For the degree of Master of Physics, Neil Mark Armstrong. Cameron Robert Ashwell. Sean Egan. Lucy Amanda Evans. Rory Dean Jones. Rollo Oscar Kendall. Aidan Daniel Kirkpatrick. Ethan Mobbs Purcell. For the degree of Master in Science, Tamim Amin. Daniel Luke Coates. Adam Strawbridge. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Mesna Hassan Ali Al-Dalal Al-Naqbi. Fern Maya Ashton. Oliver John Andrew Ball. Kate Victoria Birchall. Chloe Patricia Postil. Adam Bird. Alice Lucy May Blackburn. Amelia Lucy Burton. Kai Chung. Jessica Ann Clarkson. Jack Joseph Clegg. Rachel Grace Collins. Jennifer Louise Cordes. Chiyua Dai. Megan Davison. Grace Elizabeth Davis. Samuel Gerard Early. Eve Nicole Fowler. Rebecca Jennifer Giles. Angus James Gledson. Benjamin Peter Calverley Horden. Daniel John Hurst. Joseph John Hines. Lauren Amber Jones. Mia Lauren Kate Jordan. Katie Ann King. Han Chung Ko. Katrina Ann Lowton. Yufan Lue. Anna Lonsdale. Samuel Klemperer Lowe. Jack William Marsh. Charlie Masterson. Gabrielle Barzak Vlachoulis McWilliams. Elliot James Peter Milner. Sharon Moiruri. Emily Mary Neal. Bailey Singh Newington. Hayden Philip Owen. Beatriz Mayorga Perez Cardoso Rosmanino. Zara Faith Perrin. George William Pitcher. Jonathan Ellis Robson. Megan Wendy Salosinski. Charlie David Simmons. Emily Sarah Steele. Han Sun. Madeline Mary Taylor. Noah Michael Taylor. Darcy Grace Tennant. Madeleine Ellie Thompson. Robert John Thorburn. Chuck Wing Tsang. Yuting Wong. Jack Samuel Wardle. Amy Louise Webster. Charlotte Ann Whittle. Karen Louise Wilkinson. Alfie Patrick Wilson. Ella Louise Wilson. Yentong Zhao. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, Hadi Hassan Al Mohammed. Thomas Robert John Fisher. Mohammed Ihsan Hussain. Christopher James Hindley. Philip Daniel Smith. Ahmed Uskut. Faizan Abdul Aziz Salim. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Ragad Haniar Al-Rashid. Joe Charlie Anderson. Alfie Anil. Simisola Benis Animation. Evelyn Amy Baker. Mackenzie Bruce Blackerby. Cooper Britton. Isabel Louise Cater. Luchir Mei Cheng. Louis Alexander Chisholm. George David John Cooper. Ewan Curry. Russell Philip Chapman Smith. Charlie James Dawson Daly. Ryan George Dixon. Jonathan Michael Deuce. Olivia Rose Dyson. Adam John James Fittock. Archie James Fraser. Thomas P. Gill. Finlay Matthew Harvey. Eleanor Kate Houghton. Benjamin John Ingham. Fariha Iqbal. Anna Elizabeth Jackson. Ethan Stewart Marsden Pimlott. Maisie Martin. Zach Mayer. Luis Miguel Montero Santos. Thomas Aaron Nielsen Klempner. Harry Edward Parkinson. Ramiro Perez. Elizabeth Jayo Pottinger. Mary Isabella Price. Megan Marie Price Lee. George William Rawlings. Callum Michael Reardon. Daniel Adam Rowe. Ashley Louise Salisbury. Antriana Savuli. Wei Tan. Chloe Rebecca Thomas. Thomas Graham Williams. Nathan William Worsley. Chifong Yip. Chloe Lam Yuan. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Saladin Aljian. Morgan James Bradley. Nayana Emily Brathwaite. Scarlett Louise Campbell. Jeffrey Lawrence Cheng. Joe Robert Kull. Charlie Diamond McGill. Leon Jeremy Ellis. Rosemary Catherine England. Molly Emma Finnegan. Zoe Elizabeth Fish. Rhiannon May Gearing. Rachel Elizabeth Glazer. Ferric Willem Hubert Janssen. Rebecca Eve Johnson. Nikai Yule Lee. Thomas Anthony Lee. Phoebe Catherine Lever. William George Lord. Charlie Woods. Safia Musa. Gabriella Opong. Jessica Esminami Aba-Otu. Aditi Navindra Rayana. Jonathan Ruffley. Tenzin Sharmadekar. Ellie Rebecca Springate. Alice Anna Kirkland Stubbs. Alexandru George Tataru. Please may all graduates from Fylde College stand if they are able to do so.
By my authority as Chancellor, I confer upon these members of Fylde College the degrees for which they have been presented. Many, many congratulations to you all. Well done!
Please may all graduates from Lonsdale College stand if they're able to. Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present these members of Lonsdale College who are worthy to receive first degrees of the university. For the degree of Master in Science, Adam Luke Copeland. Robert Weiss de Monk. James Fahy. Catherine Rose Mackeldon. Genesis Michelle Martinez Gomez. Morgan Samuel O'Carroll. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Jessica Louise Ambrose. Laura Burland. Noah Mohammed El Harumi. Poppy Rose Gilman. Ella Dorothy Johnson. Georgia Lee Long. Hannah Emily South. Freya Elizabeth Starling. Mia Christina Stevenson. Fern Willow Tallboys. Ella Grace Tomlinson. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Lewis Atkinson. Cedric Liam Borges. Hong Ting Chen. James Cumming Bart. Harry Charles Derbyshire. Charles John Dobson. Victoria Farley. Ava Glass. Benjamin James Gray. Georgina May Grucock. John Ari Halstead. Joshua David Isherwood. Phoebe Alice Johnston. Holly Elizabeth Jones. Charlotte Annelise Jordan. Zhehao Kang. Ryan Nathan Kelly. Jianjun Kong. Jaela Orade Kusonika. Miles David Kine. Madison Jane Lardner. Jonathan Paul Leeming. Jai Lang. Jack Alexander Little. Emma Ann Loader. Andre Bruno Ciro Mariucci. Polina Markova. Samuel Stephen Nagel. Nishant Divesh Kumar Panchal. Matthew Paul Reeves. Nixon Rockcliffe Fiddler. Gabrielle Ross. Pandalise Sava. Katie Angela Senior. Ziru Zhang. Ian Tan. Finley Peter van Brugel. Thomas Andrew Warden. Matthew William Wally. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Declan Habibi Daintith. Please may all graduates from Lonsdale College stand if they're able to.
By my authority as Chancellor, I confer upon these members of Lonsdale College the degrees for which they have been presented. Let's give them a really big round of applause. Come on! I now declare closed this congregation of the University of Lancaster. Long may the university prosper.